guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I created this green eyeshadow look using some new fun products from ColourPop. I use their new in the Limelight collection. So you can probably tell from the name and from my eyeshadow look that it is lime green inspired and lime green centered. So it is just a really fun like spring summer type of collection, and I am obsessed with lime green for like spring and summer. I just think it is such a beautiful color. I just love it even in clothes and everything. So lime green is definitely on point for me. I love it, and I absolutely love the collection that they came out with. They released a bunch of new products. Of course, this eyeshadow palette here, which I used, it's called In the Limelight, and it is a 9-pan palette there with a bunch of gorgeous greens. There's metallics, there's mattes. You get some really nice blending shades there, even a nice matte brown, which is really nice, and it's just a really beautiful palette. So I use that palette. I also played around with one of their Super Shock shadows. They actually released 3, also a part of this new collection, and some other eye products. So if you want to see how these new products apply and how I created this eyeshadow tutorial using them, then please keep on watching. First, I'm going to start by putting on some under eye setting powder. That is going to help catch any fallout because we will get some definitely, especially with the greens. It's very pigmented, so we want to protect those under eyes. Now I'm going to be priming my eyelids. As you guys can tell, I do have my brows already done. I will link my updated eyebrow tutorial in the description box for you guys if you guys are curious as to how I do my brows. But now let's prime our eyelids. I'm going to be using this ColourPop Party Proof Eye Primer. This is just their translucent one, so I'm going to just place some on my eyelids and blend that out with my fingertips. So I'm using a fluffy blending brush. This is a Morphe JH35 brush. I'm gonna go in with this really nice matte, kind of like peachy pink shade here in the palette called Debut. So it's really pretty, and I'm just gonna place that generously in my crease area and bring it pretty high up onto the crease, almost close to the eyebrows, just so we can really see that beautiful shade kind of peeking through and warming up the greens that we will be using. Beautiful color on its own. It is a really beautiful like crease shade, super subtle but really buttery. Now I'm gonna go to this beautiful bright matte green shade here in the palette called After Party, and I'm gonna place that all in my crease using the Sigma E25 brush. I'm just gonna kind of blend that out towards the whole crease area and focus it also towards the outer corner, kind of creating its own like cat eye effect. And I'm kind of gonna really sculpt out that green on the outer corner to really like define it. So I will be doing that with this Sigma E25 brush. Can see that green is super pigmented, super bright, and I'm really kind of patting that into the outer corner and creating like that V on the outer corner to really have this look a little bit more like defined. And there is quite a bit of follow because I am very heavy-handed, but thank goodness we have that under eye setting powder there. So going in with that same Sigma brush, I'm gonna go into this rich matte dark chocolate brown shade in the palette called Layout, and I'm gonna also use that to deepen up specifically the outer corner of the eye. can see that that really deepened up the outer corner really nicely, and it kind of made it look like that's like a deep green. You can't really tell that it's a brown as much, but blended in with that green, it looks just to be like a really nice deep green. So I'm just kind of focusing that dark color on the outer corner, and I'm leaving the inner corner pretty light. Now I'm going to be using this beautiful Jelly Mutt shadow that was a part of this collection. This one here is in the shade called Scandal, and it is so pretty. It is like a deep, like metallic, olivey green shade with like some gold reflex in there. So I'm just going to use this flat brush here. This is a Zoeva 234 Smoky Shader brush. So I'm just going to place that onto the lid and just use patting motions and pack it in on the inner corner area. Metallic that is, and I love the Jelly Mutt shadows because they are so easy to use. You honestly don't need any primer. You don't have to worry about like fallout or anything. It's just like such like a very foolproof kind of shadow formula. I just love it, and I'm just kind of smoking that metallic out and bringing it up onto the crease area there, just kind of diffusing it so everything looks like it is very nice and like metallic-y and blended. And I really, really love that shade. It's so unique and just beautiful. I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to be using this Morphe JH41 brush here, and I'm going to use the two shades in the palette called Booked and Star Power. So the Booked shade is just a really gorgeous, bright metallic green, a lime green, and then the Star Power shade is just a really nice, bright, almost like a white metallic shade. So I'm just going to mix those two together. So now that literally looks like a stunning neon like lime shade on the inner corner. Those metallics in the palette are so buttery and smooth, so I love them. Now I'm going to finally brush away all of that fallout along with that under eye setting powder there. And you can honestly use any under eye setting powder for this kind of technique and trick. And as you guys can see, it is not, my makeup is not bothered at all by all of that green fallout that we had. I'm actually going to add a touch of that eyeshadow primer just along the lower lash line underneath the lashes there, just to make sure that the shadow sticks on the under eyes. Since we had all that under eye setting powder, it's probably going to be really, really dry. So this is a good trick if you really want that under eye shadow to stick and look even more pigmented. So I'm going to be using a little bit of that there and just honestly rubbing it on the under eyes like that, just so we have a little bit of a base there, because I'm going to add some of those shadows that we used on the lid. So now I'm going to go back in with that beautiful green there called After Party. I'm going to be using this Morphe M507 brush and just really smoking that out on the lower lash line. So using this little flat brush here, this is a Morphe JH43 brush. It's really good to get like really direct under that lash line there. So I'm going to go back in with that dark brown shadow in the palette called Layout, and I'm going to really like smoke that in on the lower lash line and just deepen it up a bit. So I'm just kind of connecting that brown shadow to the outer corner that we have there, that nice like smoked out cat effect with the shadows, and I'm just making sure that everything is connected and it looks nice and unison, and that kind of just adds a little bit more depth to that lower lash line. And now they also came out with this product. I believe that this formula is new. This is a ColourPop Color Sticks, so I don't think I've ever seen this before, so it looks very interesting. It almost looks like a really large creme gel liner, so one of their liners. And I believe that you could use this, of course, in the waterline and maybe on the lid as well. It looks like thick enough that you can kind of use it as like an eyeshadow base, or even just do like some interesting like graphic effects with it. So this is a very interesting new product, I believe, from ColourPop. So this shade here is called Bussin', and it's just like a perfect bright lime green color. So I'm gonna use that on the waterline to really make that green pop even more. Is like so pigmented. It is like the perfect like milky lime green shade. I love it and so easy to use, so really like this product here. I'm just gonna line the upper lash line with a bit of this black eyeliner from ColourPop. This is their liquid liner in the shade Numero Uno, so just their black liquid liner. I'm just gonna deepen up the lash line with that and kind of extend it on the inner corner to add a little bit of like that cat eye effect on the inner corner. Put on some mascara. I'm going to be using this ColourPop Level Up Lengthening Mascara. Just going to place that on the top and bottom of my lashes. So now to finish up the look, I'm going to pop on a pair of lashes. I will link the specific pair that I'm using in the description box below, and then I will be right back. So there is the completed look using that new ColourPop in the Limelight collection. So I absolutely loved it. I am obsessed with greens at the moment. I just recently did a green eyeshadow tutorial. Well, you know, it is actually March, so St. Patrick's Day is actually tomorrow when I'm filming this, so I guess I'm in the green spirit. But I love green. I think like lime green is like such a beautiful like summer color. I'm just obsessed with like those like bright summery colors, like citrus colors. So love the lime green theme. I'm totally into greens. So this was like the perfect time for ColourPop to release that beautiful collection, and the eyeshadow palette is really beautiful. You're getting so many like gorgeous metallics in there. You're getting those beautiful mattes as well that are like great for blending shades, and you just need like those beautiful mattes in there to really create a well-rounded eye look. So I love the fact that you're getting both formulas. You're getting the mattes and the metallics in there, which are great, and it's definitely a green-centric palette. Of course, it is called in the Limelight, so lime green is like the theme of this whole collection and this little palette here. So I absolutely loved it. The colors were so blendable and really like pigmented. It's really hard to find like a really good quality green eyeshadow, and that green there that I used was just like so pigmented. It was not like chalky, because sometimes you can use green and it won't like blend out nice. It can kind of leave like lines, and like it can just look like a little bit like patchy. But I found that this green that I used was like very blendable, super pigmented, but still like easy to use. So greens can be very tricky to formulate, so ColourPop did an amazing job with these greens here. And I absolutely love that Super Shock shadow that I tried. They do have a couple other colors in the collection that are like a little bit brighter green, but I absolutely love that like kind of like deep olivey green. It looks actually even lighter on the lid there. It's just so pretty. Those Super Shock shadows are such an amazing formula. They're one of my favorites from ColourPop. And I do really love these color sticks. I do believe they're new. They're at least new to me. So I like the fact that you're getting like a thicker product here. So you could use it on the waterline, but you could also use it probably as like an eyeshadow or an eyeshadow base. So that is a really great product. So I hope you guys like this green look and my kind of like first impressions using the new ColourPop collection. Absolutely love those products. Loving the green moment right now. I just love that lime green for the summertime. So this is definitely like a really like fun spring summer look, so I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you recreate this look, if you have this palette yourself, or just you recreate it with another palette. If you do and you have Instagram, then please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see. It is at Julie's Allure, the same name as my YouTube channel. So love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're not already to my channel. Bye.